Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga today, a very different class than traditional yoga or what we actually even normally do for therapeutic yoga. So, today's class, we are going to be using a single piece of furniture, and that is a sofa or a Chesterfield or a settee like I'm sitting on, or a love seat or something that's probably a piece of lounge equipment in your den or living room. This is a class as a specific request to a patient of mine who's kind of a little laid up post spine surgery and wanted to know what he could do for some gentle therapeutic yoga while he's doing nothing other than walking and hanging around on his sofa all day long. So, of course, don't be hanging around on your sofa all day long. But this is a tribute to kind of him recovering from his spine surgery. So with that being said, we're not going to be doing anything real heavy into forcing extension or flexion of the spine. We're going to be doing a lot of things in a little bit of a mid-range position. So not really any contraindications for this class. I would like to start the class with saying most people that have sofas, couches, Chesterfields, or whatever at home, just a little FYI from a physical therapist, these pieces of equipment are always too deep. So as you can see how I'm sitting, it is my only option for sitting unless I come all the way out on my settee to place my feet on the floor, which we'll do in a little bit. But what I would like you to start with, if you can, and if you have the appropriate range of motion, is to find the back of your sofa or seating device and let yourself kind of rest into the back of it. And once you have yourself there, either try to work into having your legs in a tailor type of sitting or easy pose. If this is uncomfortable for you, take a pillow or two and stuff it underneath your pelvis to kind of elevate yourself up, or simply allow yourself to bring your legs out and come all the way out to the front of the sofa, which is where we'll be in a few minutes. But find yourself in a comfortable position, not so much focusing on an efficient base of support or an unsupported sitting. Let yourself kind of support yourself with the back of the seating device and just kind of let your shoulder blades come back so you can feel that your shoulder blades touch that. And then lengthen your neck and settle your chin. And then allow yourself just to kind of drop through your chest area. And then just kind of rest your hands on your thighs for a second. So we're just going to start with a little bit of a body awareness in a seated position. So as you're sitting on your sofa or settee or whatever seating device, can you pay attention to how you feel your pelvis kind of falling backwards into how you're sitting? And can you feel how your entire rib cage and your entire spine kind of develops a little bit of a roundness to it? And as you do that, can you feel that immediately there starts to become tension into your hips? You may even feel the tension into your low back. And then as you feel that, here's the simple thing I want you to try to do. Take a really deep inhale into your nose. And then keeping that mouth closed, tongue to the roof of the mouth, just slowly exhale that air out. On the inhale, can you feel the length that occurs through your spine? Let's try that 2 more times. Nice deep inhale. Tongue to the roof of the mouth, slowly exhaling that air out through the nose. I even feel my pelvis getting taller when I inhale. Let's try that 1 more time. Nice deep inhale into the nose. Tongue to the roof of the mouth and exhaling slowly out through that nose. You've got it. So I make a point to mention that in the seating device that we're using today because there's not very many couches, settees, sofas, whatever, that have support. And so we're going to encourage ourselves just to use the edge of it for the majority of the stuff that we're using today. So allow yourself to now come and place your feet on the floor. Now, if your seating device is really low and your knees are way above your hips, you may need a pillow or two actually under your pelvis. But then just take a moment to pay attention to how much space is behind you. When you think about that and you think about how much time you spend on these types of pieces of furniture, understand that you need a lot of pillows for support. They themselves don't provide as much support as we think. All right, now take your feet and place them flat on the floor about hip distance. And then allow yourself to check in that your knees look like they're coming down somewhere near the middle of your foot, somewhere near that arch area. Now in this position, allow yourself to kind of roll your pelvis forward gently and roll your pelvis backward gently, and just kind of work through that motion of the pelvis going into flexion, going into extension. If there's any pain in your low back, don't push into the pain, just kind of find that very edge of pain and then come out of that. Now that you've done that a few times, see if you can find the middle of the road of your tuck and your tilt. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. Take your hands and bring them on out. Kind of nice little shrug of our shoulders. Pull those thumbs out and away from you. Tuck those elbows into the side of you. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take your tongue, place it in the roof of the mouth, and then gently place your hands back down on your thighs. Now, in this position, allow yourself to feel hinging slightly over at your hips until you feel weight into your legs. Now you've got yourself into a more efficient sitting position. The problem is we don't have any support behind us. The next time you're sitting on a sofa, couch, whatever, find this position and then take those pillows, as many as you can find, and stuff them behind you and see if you can keep this position. All right, let's go through 3 more of those deep breaths and then let's get our body moving. So tongue to the roof of the mouth, nice and tall here. Lengthen the neck, settle the chin. Deep inhale into the belly. Can you take that inhale all the way down to you almost feeling the pelvic floor moving on your surface? And then slowly exhaling back out through that nose. Don't worry about counting, just that it's coming out. Let's do that again. Nice deep inhale in. Get the inhale as deep towards the pelvic floor as you can. And then through the nose, exhaling it all back out and feeling how you almost get shorter on every exhale. One more time, being aware of the body here. Nice deep inhale. Can you feel the length and the tallness that occurs on your inhale? Keeping that tongue to the roof of the mouth. Last time here, exhaling out, exhaling out. Beautiful. Take your hands to the center of your heart. Let's do some movements with our shoulders and our shoulder blades before we spend a moment to tackle our neck. So take an inhale, and as you inhale, reach your fingertips away from you, and then fully arch your back as you lift your arms out to the sides of you. And then as you exhale, bring the hands back in and take those thumbs and touch them right to the center of that chest. Now let's do that with breath 3 times. Inhaling, coming all the way out, opening those arms. Can you squeeze those shoulder blades? And then as you exhale, bringing them back in, taking those thumbs and touching right to the center of that chest, that sternum bone. 2 more times here. Inhaling, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then exhaling, palms together, thumbs to the center of the chest. And one more, inhaling. And exhaling, palms together and thumbs to the center of the chest. Very nice. Place the hands back on the legs. Now, I want you to try doing cat-cows in a sitting position, but I don't want you to force a lot of movement here. So I just want you to think about certain things moving. So on the first inhale, can you lift your chest a bit and can you squeeze your shoulder blades? On the first exhale, can you just drop your chest and spread the shoulder blades apart and just let yourself look at your big toes? That's it. Now, on this inhale, can you lift the chest a bit, squeeze the shoulder blades, and just let the belly poke out a tiny bit? That's it. And then on this exhale, can you let your chest drop? Can you pull your belly in and kind of sink back onto your tailbone just a little bit and spread those shoulder blades? Look at your big toes. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen upwards, squeeze through the shoulder blades, feel the belly coming out a little bit. Exhaling, dropping the rib cage down, letting the tailbone settle a little bit, spreading through the shoulder blades, gaze down at the big toes. And final time here, inhaling, lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, maybe looking up this time as you stick your belly out. And finally, exhaling, letting the belly fall in, sink the tailbone a little bit. No pain here. Spread the shoulder blades, look down at those big toes. Very good. Come back up to the seated position. Take your right hand and take a nice deep inhale and just gently bring your hand up and over your head. Have it so that your third finger's touching your ear and your elbows kind of out to the side. Now with your left hand, take it and sit it on it. So literally take your left hand underneath your sit bone, roll your left shoulder blade back and down, sit nice and tall for me. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, very gently letting that head side tilt to the right. Can you feel that point where it starts to pull the left shoulder up, and then let yourself pull that shoulder blade back and down? Now hold that position. Take that deep inhale into your belly all the way to your pelvic floor. And then exhaling outward. One more time for me. Nice deep inhale. And exhaling outward. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting the head up, dropping the right hand down and releasing the pressure off of the left hand. All right, let's repeat that on the other side. So with your left hand here, take it up and over so that the third finger's touching where the ear is and rest kind of like the wrist on top. Allow that left elbow to be out to the side. And then take that right hand and bring it underneath you. And really allow yourself to take that right shoulder blade and pull it back and down. Still sitting nice and tall, feeling weight through your feet. Now in this position, take a nice deep inhale, and then on the exhale, gently start to tilt the head towards the left until you feel that right shoulder starting to be lifted upward. And then gently pull that right shoulder blade down a little bit more. Holding this position, keep your chin gently tucked in and your neck long. Deep inhale into the nose, all the way into the belly, all the way to the pelvic floor. And then exhaling that out. One more time for me. Nice deep inhaling in. And then exhaling out. Beautiful. Inhaling the head up and then exhaling as you relax the left hand down and release the right hand from underneath you. All right. Now this time what I want you to do is take that right hand and gently place it behind your neck area, kind of like that junction between your rib cage and your neck, and allow yourself to feel that right elbow coming upward. And then with your left hand, take that left hand and kind of cup it over the top of the head. Have it so that that left elbow is pointed forward. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Check in that the right elbow is still pointing upward. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then on your exhale, dive your chin into that left armpit. Let that left hand pull. Now with that right elbow, can you take an inhale and lift it up and lengthen your spine, put weight into your feet? And then exhale, maybe even pull that neck a tiny bit more. No pain, just tension on the right side of the neck here. 2 deep inhales and exhales. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. And one more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Inhale, lifting the head back up, and exhaling, relaxing the hands down. Repeating on the left side. So taking the left hand and bringing it back behind the neck to that area where it's between the shoulder blades-ish. Left elbows pointed up towards the ceiling. And then take your right hand and kind of cup it up and over your head so that the right elbow is pointed forward. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin here. Take a nice deep inhale in, and then as you exhale, dive that chin into that left armpit. Let the right hand pull gently with that head. Now, can you inhale here and lengthen up that left elbow towards the ceiling? And then as you exhale, can you see if there's any more gentle tension to bring that chin towards that right armpit? Now, 2 deep inhales here. Place that tongue on the roof of the mouth. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. One more time for me. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Inhale, lifting the head up, and then exhaling, relaxing the hands down. Very nice. Now, simply with your wrists, take your hands together, drop your wrists downward so that your fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling, elbows are out to the side, shoulder blades are back and down. Weight are still through the feet as you feel weight into the floor. Now, here's what we're simply going to do nice and easily here. Just take an inhale, rotate the fingertips, point them down, push the palms together, feel that stretch through your wrist and your forearms. And then as you exhale, come back up. Shoulder blades stay back and down. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more time. Inhaling, turning the fingertips down. And exhaling, pulling them back up. Very nice. All right, let's move on to the feet. So keep your left foot on the floor. Allow yourself to bring your right leg up. Now, for some of us, that might even be difficult. So just do the best you can. If you cannot get your right leg up onto your left leg, then maybe placing a stool or a chair in front of you might be a good place to begin. In this position, just gently holding onto the shin bone of the right leg. Take an inhale and point your toes up towards your knee as hard as you can. And then as you exhale, point them away. Maybe get a couple pops and snaps in that ankle joint as you gain that motion. Inhale, pointing up. Exhale, pointing away. And one more time here. Inhale, pointing up. And exhale, pointing away. Very nice. Now, take your left hand and grab around that left ankle area. Make sure not to grab the foot so that you're kind of cranking it in too much supination, but hold on to that ankle area and then take your right hand, and bring it towards the knee. Now, if your leg is out, you don't need to hold on to the ankle. You're just going to hold on to that knee. Sit yourself up nice and tall, but don't severely arch your back. So just make sure you feel like you've got weight into that left leg. Take a nice deep inhale, and then on the exhale, just gently push that right knee towards the floor. Now pull the right shoulder blade back and down. Holding in this position, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, tongue to the roof of the mouth. You should feel this through your right glutes and your right hip. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. One more breath, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Very nice. Slowly releasing that knee, taking the right foot to the floor, and then taking the left ankle and bringing it up towards the right leg. Again, placing it in front of you if you can't quite make it this far, and just holding on to the shin bone on that left leg with both hands if you can. Let's work through some ankle range of motion first. So check in that there's some weight through your right leg. Sit nice and tall. Take an inhale and point the toes up to the knee as hard as you can. And then as you exhale, point everything away. 2 more times. Inhaling upward. Exhaling, pointing away. One more time here. Inhaling up and exhaling, pointing away. Very nice. Slowly releasing the ankle, taking the right hand now towards the left ankle, not cranking on the foot, but towards the left ankle, left hand towards that left knee. Allow yourself to be sitting up nice and tall, but not severely arching your low back, but keeping some weight into the right leg here. So make sure your body weight is forward and you haven't kind of slumped back. Are you ready? Take a deep inhale here. And then on your exhale, gently start to push the left knee down towards the floor. Now in this position, Left shoulder blade, pull it back and down to try to connect it towards the back area. Holding in this position, take a deep inhale into your belly, tongue to the roof of the mouth, left long neck, chin tucked. Then slowly exhale that out through your nose. One more breath here, nice deep inhale in. And then slowly exhaling that out. Very nice. Releasing the hands from the left leg, bringing the left leg back into a position that it's hip distance apart from the right leg. All right, so we're gonna do a nice gentle forward bend here. So a couple words to the wise. If you have any sort of back pain, only go to where you're comfortable, but also allow yourself as you fold over your legs to appreciate what's underneath you. So look under your sofa, look under your Chesterfield or whatever it is that you're sitting on. So from this position, take your feet and turn them out once, and then take your heels and turn them out once. So now you've got a wider than shoulder width distance of your legs. Allow yourself to keep your hands on your thighs, lengthen your spine, take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, start to bend the elbows. Let the belly come between the legs. Now, this might be where you end. Go to your level. Keep bending the elbows until the chest matches the knees, and then slowly drop the hands downward onto the floor. Now, can you lengthen your neck and settle your chin and look underneath you? What do you have underneath your settee or your couch? Just take a look there. Now maintain this forward fold, but really make sure your neck is long and your chin is tucked inward. Maybe even close your eyes here. Take a slow, deep inhale into your belly, and then exhaling out. And let's repeat that a couple more times. Nice deep inhale in, exhaling out. All right, you finished your few breaths. Slowly allow yourself to bring your hands back onto your knees. Let your neck stay long for a minute. Now, can you keep your chin tucked into your chest? Stay where you are with your hands on your knees and start to push your feet into the floor. As you push your feet into the floor, you fire the muscles of your pelvis and your pelvic floor. You also fire your glutes and your hamstrings. So from here, can you imagine from your tailbone up? Can you sequentially roll yourself up? Keep your neck looking down and very slowly bring your spine all the way back up into a seated position. How'd you do? Wonderful. All right, now allow yourself to kind of move a little bit on your seating device so that you'll be able to rest a pillow or something and lay on your side. So give yourself adequate space that you can lay on your side. Once you've done that, just gently allow yourself to come down and lay on your side. So maybe this is a position for you of comfort when you're laying on your sofa. Left arm can just gently lay outward if you want. Try not to do what I'm showing you right now, where you might be tucking that arm underneath. That puts a lot of tension into that shoulder joint. And then check in that your knees are at the level of your hips. All right, so we're just gonna start with a little tiny bit of strengthening of our right hip here, and then we're gonna move on to opening up a little bit through our back. So in this position, allow yourself to take that right leg and straighten it all the way out. So if you've got an armrest because you're on a love seat or a settee like I am, it might be even resting on it. If it's a couch, you can just let your right leg be straight right now and touching onto the couch surface. Now, here's what we're gonna work on doing. Right toes, point them up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, imagine lengthening that right leg away from you. Right hand can kind of hold on to that left knee if you like. All right, now here's what we're gonna do. Can you take an inhale and lift that right leg up 2 inches? And can you take an exhale and drop it back down? Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, dropping. And again, inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, dropping. Beautiful. Slowly slide the right leg back in. Take your right hand now behind your right knee and take a gentle inhale here. And as you exhale, pull the right knee to the chest. So imagine if you were laying on your back, that's the type of position you would pull your knee into your chest. So make sure your knee doesn't fall down to the sofa, doesn't kind of come up into the air, but it kind of lines up with the center of your chest. Now, right toes, point them up. Take an inhale and gently kick the leg away as you're opening up through your hamstring and your sciatic nerve. And then as you exhale, relax it back. 2 more times before we switch sides. So inhaling, straightening the leg. Exhaling, bringing it back. And 1 more time here. Inhaling, straightening the leg. And exhaling, bringing it back. All right. Now, slowly use the left elbow and the right hand. Nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale, push yourself back up. And then move yourself so that now you've got your pillows onto your right side. Let's go through that little bit of strengthening and that little bit of hip opening on the side before we move onward. So slowly lower yourself back down. Again, the pillows are strictly for head support here. We're not really using them. No guidance on that. Just have something so your neck is not feeling like it's in a really bad side bending position. Right arm, just gently let it lay out in front of you right now. Have your knees at that hip height. And then in this position, take the left leg and lengthen it all the way outward. Now, obviously my settee is a little too short here. Your leg should be a little bit lower towards the ground, but take the left hand now and hold the right knee. And then in this position, left toes, point them upwards towards your face or forward. And then take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, lengthen that leg away from you. So feel that space that you're making in your low back. Now, take an inhale, lift the leg up a couple inches, and then as you exhale, drop a bit down. You'll feel those hip muscles that you're strengthening. And let's do that 2 more times. Nice deep inhale, lifting, and exhaling, dropping it back down. And 1 more time for me here. Inhaling, lifting the leg, and exhaling, dropping that leg back down. Very nice. Taking that left leg, sliding it in, stacking the knees so that they're one on top of the other, taking the left hand around the backside of the left knee, and taking a nice deep inhale as you pull that knee into the chest, not towards the sofa, and not all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, just kind of holding it there. Now, toes on that left foot, pull them up towards the knee or your face. Shoulder blade on that left side, pull it back and down so there's no tension in your neck. Take an inhale and straighten and kick that leg away. Feel the tension in the back of the leg, and as you exhale, release that tension. 2 more times here. Inhaling and exhaling. And 1 more time. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Release that left leg down. Bend up that right elbow, left hand towards the sofa. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, push yourself back up, switching yourself back over again, intentionally switching a couple times just so we're moving and learning how to push ourselves up using the strength of our arms rather than kind of twisting and sitting up. So showing you how to get up from a sitting position or a laying position, on a sofa should always be done through your side. So make sure that you do that. All right. Now, making your way back down onto your left side. Pillows are again for support, getting into that nice little comfy position. Just about to have a nap, but not really. Okay. Left knee, have it stacked at the height of the hip, and then take that right leg and just gently let your right leg lay outward. So just kind of look down to see that your hip and your knee and your ankle kind of all line up with your trunk. And then in that position, let's do some movement here with our right hand. So take a nice deep inhale, reach your right fingertips up, and then as you exhale, reach up and over. Now, in this position, check in with your armpit. Take an inhale, turn your armpit up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, reach a little bit further. You've got it. Now, can you take 2 deep inhales and exhales into that rib cage? So deep inhale into the belly here. And exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. Right arm, inhale, lift it up. And then as you exhale, relax it down. Right leg, inhale, lift it up. And as you exhale, relax it in. All right. So this is a nice little stretch that we're going to do now for our low back. Oftentimes, if we've got pain, swelling, whatever happening in our low back, we're very afraid to oftentimes move it. This is a very gentle way to create a bit of length in your low back without causing any sort of trauma of anything in weight bearing. So check in that your knees, we're going to do this in 3 different positions here. So check in that your knees right now are in line with your hips, and have your knees so that they're off the edge of your sofa. Take your legs and take your ankles and line your ankles up with your knees. Yes, you should feel something happening in your hip and your back right now. You should feel the contraction through your abdominals as you're holding yourself in that position. Hands can kind of be out in front of you, or hands can kind of be bent. We're going to do a little bit of lengthening with our right hand in a second. But in this position, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, can you drop your ankles downward towards the floor as you keep your thighs and your knees together and feel that beautiful opening through that low back area? Very nice. Maintain this position. Take an inhale with that arm upward, and then as you exhale, reach back up and over. Now, focus is on the low back area here. Can you take a deep inhale into your belly? And exhaling out. And one more nice time here. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and then exhale, release it back down in front of you. Now, inhale, slowly rotate those feet back up in line with the knee, and then as you exhale, place them back onto the settee. All right. Left elbow, right hand, nice deep inhale. Exhale, push yourself back into a seated position. Last time here, make yourself back over onto your right side. And let's go through those 2 movements that we just did on that side. So take yourself back down into the right side lying now. So as you're finding right side lying, just about to get ready for that little nap, right? Allow yourself to get the right knee in line with the hip. And once the right knee is in line with the hip, take that left leg and lengthen that left leg all the way out. So check in that the hip and the knee and the ankle kind of line up with the trunk. Right hand can just be resting out in front of you. Now, left hand, take a nice deep inhale, lifting that arm up. And then as you exhale, just gently relax it up and over your head. Then go to your armpit. And inhale and turn that armpit up a little bit, and then exhale, holding there. Now breathing into that belly, opening up some through the rib cage here. Nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Left arm, inhaling it back up and then exhaling, dropping it back down in front of you. Left leg, inhale, lift it up in the air, engage those hip muscles, and then exhale, sweep that leg back in to match on top of the right leg. Now check in that your knees are off the edge of your sofa. Once you have yourself in that position, hands can just gently rest however you want them together. But take your ankles now and take the ankles off the sofa, but line them up with your knees. You should feel hip muscles engaging, abdominals engaging, back muscles engaging, all the good stuff we want to engage. Holding yourself in this position, allow yourself now to take a nice deep inhale, and on your exhale, keeping the legs together, pivoting from those knees and those hips, just gently drop those feet down towards the floor, feeling that length opening up through your low back. All right, now that you've got that right arm, nothing to do but left arm. Inhale it, reach it back up, and then as you exhale, gently bring it back over your body. Oh, find that beautiful stretch through that left low back here. 2 deep inhales and exhales here for me, please. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And then exhaling out. Finally, nice deep inhale into the belly. And then exhaling out. Beautiful. Inhaling, lifting that left arm up, and then exhaling, relaxing it down in front of you, focusing on these feet now. Inhaling, slowly rotating those hips, that trunk back up, and then exhaling, resting the feet back up onto your sofa. Now, left hand, right elbow. Last time, take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, push yourself back up into a seating position. So keep your pillows on the right side of you if you like, or switch them to the left side. The next time we make it down, it's going to be onto our back. But before we do that, we're going to do one last little opening through our hips in a seated position, now that we've kind of opened up through our back a little bit. So we've just gently opened up through those back muscles. Now I want to take that opportunity to do one more nice deep forward fold, and then we'll make our way down to our back. So same as we did before. Find yourself with your feet hip distance, and then walk your feet out, walk your heels out. Now your legs should be wider than shoulder width. Hands onto the thighs. Maybe wiggle yourself back if you feel like you're too close to the edge. All right, and then in this position, you're going to sequentially flex from the head downward, and then we're reversing it on the way up. So let's see if we can do this. So take a nice deep inhale, lengthen up through the spine, neck, chest. And then as you exhale, bring that head down to the chest. Start to let that rib cage come down. Keep slowly flexing downward until you feel all of the weight into your hands. Stop at any point you feel like you need to. But once you're here, slowly lowering the hands down to the floor, continuing that flexion all the way down. Can you lengthen your neck, settle your chin into your chest, and look underneath your surface that you're sitting on? Now, does that stretch feel different through the low back this time? Now that you've kind of gently opened up through the sides of the low back, it might feel completely different. So belly's between the thighs. Take that deep, deep inhale into the belly, and then exhaling it out. Keep that going for me, but lengthen the neck, settle the chin, gaze back behind you. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Resting yourself here, one last gaze down underneath you, and then start to push into your feet. Feel that engagement through your hips and everything as you do that. And then slowly start to pull the tailbone under first. Then slowly, sequentially bring the spine up. Keep your gaze down. Hands finally make it to the thighs. Slowly keep rolling yourself back up until finally the last thing to come up is that head. All right. Now we're going to make our way down onto our back. And that is where we're staying for the rest of the class. So you decide for you which position you want to be, laying with the pillows to the right side of your sofa or to the left side. I'm going to just keep mine where they are. However you decide, make sure that you once again lay down through your side. Once you're laying on your comfortable side, slowly roll yourself onto your back and get your pillows positioned so that you feel like your neck is in a comfortable position. I'm actually going to get rid of one of my pillows. It's just a little too much for me. And then now that you're in that position, just allow yourself to place your hands on your belly. Keep your feet bent so that your feet are underneath your knee area. Knees are about hip distance apart. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. And just take a nice, deep, slow inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. 2 more times. Deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Final deep inhale in. And exhaling out. You've got it. All right, take your right knee, bring your right knee to your chest. And once your right knee is to your chest, take a deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, pull that knee nice and tightly in. Left leg, take an inhale, kick that leg straight out. And then as you exhale, just relax it over the side of your sofa or onto the cushions of your sofa, whichever you prefer. Now, nice deep inhale here. Exhale, pulling that right knee nice and deep into your chest. Now, holding it there, taking the hands to the underside of the knee, really squeezing that knee into your chest, keeping that left leg kind of straight if you can. Toes, point them up in both legs. But with that left leg, can you gently push that left leg down into the floor? And then as you push that leg downward, you should feel your pelvis almost lift off of your sofa. Now, keeping that position, neck is long, chin is tucked. Take an inhale and once again, gently straighten your right leg. And then as you exhale, slowly relax. 2 more times here. Nice deep inhaling, straightening that leg. And then exhaling, slowly relaxing. And final time, nice deep inhale. And exhale, slowly relaxing. You've got it. Left leg, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, resting the foot flat onto your sofa. Right leg, exhaling and inhaling and relaxing that foot down. Okay, let's do that all over again on the opposite side. So take an inhale as you bring your left knee into your chest, grabbing the hands around the shin bone. And then as you exhale, pull your knee up and into your chest. You got it. Then inhale as you lift the right leg up and exhale, lengthening it out, keeping the knee straight, even if you're over the side of the surface of your sofa. Going back into that left knee now, nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. You've got it. Now, keeping the hands, but on with the left leg, but bringing them to the underside of that left knee, taking that knee and really pulling it into your chest. Now, with your right leg, the straight leg, starting to engage that entire leg down into the floor, feeling it push into the sofa and engaging the glutes. Toes up for me. Let's do some movement through this left leg. So inhaling, straightening the leg. And then as you exhale, relaxing it, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, keep that right leg engaged. Inhaling, straightening the leg, exhaling, relaxing it. And one more time here, inhaling, straightening the leg, and exhaling and relaxing it. Beautiful. Now with your right leg, take an inhale, lift it up, and then as you exhale, rest the foot onto the floor. And then with your left leg, slowly dropping that foot back down onto the floor. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of abdominal engagement here. And not so much that you're going to get your sweat on, but let's be honest, if what we're doing is spending too much time on the couch or sofa, it's a nice idea to maybe get some abdominal contraction happening. So in this position, take your right knee to your chest, take your left knee to your chest. Once both knees are to your chest, take a deep inhale. Exhale, pull the knees nice and deep into the chest for just one moment here. Take a deep inhale into the belly and then exhaling out. Beautiful. Take the knees away from you and make it so that the knees are closer to your chest than to your hips. And then allow your heels to drop down, toes point them up towards the ceiling. Now, in this position, check in that you feel that your back is in a gentle arch. So if your cushions on your sofa or settee or Chesterfield are really old, then it might be that you feel yourself sinking downward into your surface. Allow yourself to actually feel, do I feel some space in my low back area? And see if you can kind of just gently move your pelvis until you feel a little tiny bit of an arch in your low back to find that neutral position. Now lengthen your neck and settle your chin and gaze at your knees. And then take your right hand to your right knee and your left hand to your left knee. Nothing aggressive or too much today, but gently push the hands into the knees and the knees into the hands, and slightly try to lift the hands upward as you feel the abdominals engaged. Keep your toes pointed upward, keep your chin gently tucked inward, gaze at your knees here. Take a nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. And give me 2 more breaths. Deep inhale in and exhaling out. Final time, nice deep inhale into that belly And exhaling out, bringing those knees back into the chest, giving it a nice good hug. And then allowing the left foot to come onto the floor, resting the right knee onto the chest. Right knee onto the left knee, sorry. Now, in this position, you're just going to kind of work on wiggling the right knee a little bit. So just kind of let it just move in and out. So you're using internal and external hip rotators here. And do that a few times for me. And then once you've done that a few times, just allow yourself to relax your knee in whatever outward position feels pain-free. Then we're going to try a traditional thread the needle today. So in this position, gently grab a hold of the left leg bone. So the right hand goes between that space between your two legs, and you're just gently holding on to that left leg. Now, you are on a sofa. Some of us, what we might feel as soon as we did that is we're kind of falling back into the sofa. So here's what I want you to do. Can you take your right leg and pull your right leg out to the side of you a little tiny bit to level your spine? Take a nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, gently bring your left knee towards your chest. Now, right elbow, it should be somewhere near that right thigh. Just very gently keep it pushed outward, holding this position, but taking your toes up, lengthening your neck, settling your chin. Let's take a deep inhale into our belly and exhaling outward. And one more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling outward. Beautiful. Releasing the left foot back down onto the sofa, uncrossing the leg, and then taking the left leg and crossing it over the right knee. Now, same idea, just let yourself kind of be with your left hip here. So just kind of rock and roll, internal, external rotation. Let that happen a few times, feeling the kind of wiggling or loosening up of those muscles before we go into a little bit more of a hip stretch. And then once you feel like, yep, that feels nice and comfortable, there's no stress or tension in my left hip, then slowly bring the hands around that right leg. So thread the needle here. Now, again, you may feel yourself fall inward into the pillow or into the cushions of the sofa or settee. So allow yourself to bring the right leg slightly out to level up your pelvis on the cushion that you're laying on. Now, taking a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, pull your knees into your chest, and then take your toes and point them upward. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Left elbow should be somewhere near the left thigh. So gently push it outward, holding this position. Nice deep inhale into your belly, and then exhaling out. One more breath here for me. Deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. And slowly releasing the right foot back down to the floor, uncrossing the legs here, taking the right knee to the chest, followed by the left knee to the chest. Nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, hugging those knees back and into the chest, take a deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. One more deep belly breath for me. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Now, spinal twist is a little bit different on a sofa because dependent on if you're laying on the right side of your sofa, on the left side of your sofa, you're really only going to be able to do one spinal twist well. So what we're going to do is a mini spinal twist today. So here's what I want you to do. Feel that you're in the center of the cushion that you're laying on. So you haven't fallen all the way back into the back of the surface. And then once you're there, kind of shimmy yourself as close to the edge of the cushion as you feel like you can get to without feeling like you're going to fall off. Very nice. Now in that position, once you're there, take your right hand, if you're on the right side, left hand off, you're on the left side, and tuck it underneath you. So just gently have it so that it doesn't fall down onto the floor and create any sort of stress to your left or your right shoulder. Now, in this position, if you're laying with the right body outward on your sofa, you're going to take your left leg and bring it up and over. If you're vice versa, so if the left side of your body is laying outward right now, it would be the right leg that's crossing over the left leg. Very nice. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let the left leg pull the right knee in towards the cushion. You will feel that opening up through that left side. The right hand is just resting underneath onto the cushion. Lengthen your neck and just gently rotate your head towards the right. Now hold yourself here. Take a deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. One more breath, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Slowly turning your head back to the center and then slowly de-rotating the rib cage and the low back and the pelvis until the knees are back upright, but don't fall off the sofa, bad idea. And then uncross your legs and now scoot your body all the way inward. So now you're going to do the opposite side. Left hand this time, kind of place it underneath you so that it's not getting too cramped into the back cushion. And then take the right leg up and over the left. Again, if you're laying on the cushion with your left side out, it'll be your left leg up and over your right leg. Very nice. Now in this position, take a nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale, slowly pull the left knee over to the right. Feel that stretching through that spinal twist, lengthen your neck, and slowly turn your head towards the left or inward towards your cushion. Nice deep inhale into the belly here. And exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Slowly bringing your head back to the center position and then starting to de-rotate that rib cage, spine, and pelvis until the knees are back upright and then uncrossing the legs. Now, in this position, one last time, taking your right knee to your chest and your left knee to your chest, giving yourself a nice deep inhale and exhale, pulling your knees into your chest, hugging yourself here. Toes up if you'd like, even pulling that chin all the way up for a nerve stretch if you like, bringing the forehead or the nose towards the knees. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, lengthening, dropping the rib cage first, the back of the neck, and then finally the head. All right, now for Savasana, here's what I want you to do. I want you to move yourself down the sofa, settee, Chesterfield, couch, whatever you're on, so that the middle of your calf muscle is resting onto the armrest. So what I want you to look at is, if you look at your shin bones, are your shin bones running parallel to the floor? So if you have yourself too close to the edge, your shin bones will run downward, your ankles will drop, and that's going to put tension into your low back. If you have yourself so that your ankles are too close to the end, your shin bones are no longer going to be parallel to the floor, and that's going to put stress in the back of your knees. So can you find on you that position where, as you rest your legs over the edge, you're resting on your calf muscles, but your shin bones look like they're nice and horizontal to the floor? Then just gently take your hands and rest your hands onto your belly and your pelvis area. Just kind of have your palms downward today. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin. And then in this position, resting here, allow yourself to feel that point where the calf muscles are touching the armrest. And they go downward from there and feel your feet. Is there a way that you can kind of relax your ankles and your feet anymore? And then take your attention back to where those calf muscles are touching the armrest. And then slowly bring your attention up towards the knees and the thighs. Can you relax your legs, making them even heavier? And then take your attention to where your bottom and your pelvis and your low back are touching your sofa. Check in that you're not squeezing any muscles in your buttock and that you feel like your buttock is nice and relaxed. There's no tension in your low back. And slowly bring your attention up to your rib cage and feel where the rib cage is touching the sofa. And keep bringing your attention up until you can feel that point where your pillow touches somewhere near your shoulders. Can you feel where it touches on the right side? And can you feel where it touches on the left side? And then starting at your right hand, feel where on your clothing certain fingers are touching. And then be aware of your body as you come all the way down to that right elbow. Where is it in contact with the surface? And follow that entire right arm upwards to that shoulder and then back to that pillow. And then go to your left hand and feel where your left hand is touching your clothing and touching shirts versus pants or shorts. And slowly be aware of your left arm as you trace and be aware down to the elbow. And feel where the elbow is touching the surface. And slowly feel all the way up that upper arm until you finally meet where that shoulder and that pillow touch again. And feel where that pillow is touching the back of the neck. And then as you move up to your head, can you feel where the greatest impact of that round skull is hitting that pillow? And slowly bring your attention to your mouth. And make sure that you're not clenching your jaw. Make sure that your lips are nice and relaxed. Your teeth are slightly apart from one another. That your tongue is just gently resting on the roof of the mouth. And then move up to your eyes. Make sure that your eyes are gently soft, but closed. Eyeballs are nice and relaxed in their sockets. And then gently move up to the brow and your forehead. And pay attention if there's any muscles that you're tightening. And just gently relax them. And finally now just slowly let your body be here. Is there any particular contact point that you feel more? Is it an elbow? Is it a calf? Is it a head? Be so aware of your body that you feel every bit of contact. As your mind wanders, you bring it back to the body and a point of contact and feel it. Just allowing yourself to normally breathe. And then slowly start to wiggle your toes. Maybe do some circles with your ankles. Begin to waken up to fingers, and then when you feel like you're ready, gently bringing one foot back onto the sofa, followed by the other. Taking a moment to slowly roll over onto your side. And then nice deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, bottom elbow, top hand, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Now, allow yourself to rest in what position feels comfortable for you. I'm going to go back into my little easy pose. And take your hands and bring your hands to the center of your heart. And put a smile on your face. Nice deep inhale in and out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me for Sofa Yoga, and I hope you have a great day.